It came around quite unexpected, really. Quite funnily enough, me and Dan actually used to race against each other in Ginetta GT4 Supercups. I was obviously, up and coming, starting my career, and Dan was just, on the grid, having a serious bit of fun. And yeah, I ended up getting promoted as a Porsche junior driver in Great Britain. And then he popped the question, he was like, hey mate, how do you feel about having Octane on the side of your car? It's a new company, it's a new financing business. I like the name Octane, it sounded very relatable to a motorsport world, and Dan has a very good idea on what motorsport sponsorship is supposed to be like, and he's been very successful in the past with other series like touring cars, for example. Over the 3 years, which me and Dan have been partnered together, the relationship's been very easy, and there's no awkwardness surrounding that. So, it makes it very easy for myself and for him. And of course, we benefit both equally. His is more of a business sense, mine is more of a career sense. But I've thoroughly enjoyed my time with Dan, and yeah, long may it continue. Yeah, of course, this is my first proper full attempt of a European season in racing. I kind of completed what I needed to do in the United Kingdom, so yeah, Europe was the next step, and Dan was fully supportive in giving me the opportunity of doing this in order to allow me to do 2 championships, Porsche Mobil and Supercup, but also Carrera Cup Benelux, and that's why you see the logo placed proudly on both cars on 2 different iterations of 911. It's quite a special feeling. I think Dan thinks it's quite a cool thing to have 2 911s, he can claim that are his own. One more so than the other, but yeah, it's really cool, and I think on the 992 the Octane livery really does look a little bit better than the previous, if I may add. Yeah, there's nothing I really know otherwise than to try and be as quick as possible. Yeah, Super Cup is going according to plan. Of course, 2 podiums in the season already. Primarily the 3rd place at my home Grand Prix at Silverstone was probably the biggest highlight I've had to date. And being the first British driver in over a decade to stand on that podium in Super Cup, that's another nice thing to have to your name as well. So yeah, we broke the mould for that. Hopefully we can break the mould for a few more. Yeah, having someone with an insight on motorsport is actually very rare, and it's really, really nice to have. Of course, motorsport isn't always smooth sailing. On those days, he totally understands everything, whereas some other businesses, they'll think their car's not at the front, what on earth is going on? But thankfully we've been at the front quite a lot, so this discussion is quite rare. And also, yeah, Dan's got a very good idea on how the motorsport world works, so he knows the benefit on both sides of the paper, and he kind of just gives me the tools and everything I need to do the job. Yeah, for me it was a massive year. This is my first year, as a Porsche Junior, which is a very big title to have in the UK. So the pressure was certainly on, and I knew I needed to impress. And yeah, my driving style, that comes totally naturally. In the car, I feel perfectly at home. On the outside, it may look a little bit different, but it certainly works, and it gets around the track quicker than most others. So, I think we really sort of bent the rule book of a Porsche 911 and how you race it, which, we really did gain a lot of attraction from fans and viewers. It's not only just for Porsche Carrera Cup, but for myself as well. And I remember finishing that first race weekend and looking at my phone. Obviously this was in Corona time, so everybody would have been watching on television. And it's like I just won the World Cup, First weekend as Porsche Junior, and we'd already claimed a win. This was the plan at the end of my 2-year contract, not at the start. So yeah, of course it was tricky to keep that up throughout the rest of the year, which, we did. We won every race besides 2, which we had as DNFs. So yeah, this was probably one of the greatest years that I had in motorsport. Yeah, of course, you're in mainland Europe, so you don't really feel the home senses, but certainly through the efforts of social media and seeing how supportive, not just the company is, but even individual members who are contacting me, wishing me good luck or congratulating me on a successful weekend. This is quite special, and when you are on the podium, you look down and you see the car there with the Octane logo on. You don't just think a couple of letters, you think everyone behind the brand, and that's the real satisfaction, and I feel quite proud to do that.